Welcome to We Seek First podcast, where we talk about living life as a Christian and everything in between. We are your hosts, Takara,
Katrina, Latresa, and LaQuinta.
Join us every week for a fresh episode. But today we have an exciting episode for you, so sit back, relax, and let's talk. Welcome back to We Seek First podcast. How's everybody doing?
We're
Great.
I'm awesome.
Okay, so today's episode is going to be about relationships. You know, it's kind of going to be a fun one, a more lighter episode. We are going to be talking about or commenting on a great article that we found, and it's called The Golden Rule in Christian Dating by DesiringGod.org. The author of this article is, I believe, what's his name?
Marshall Segal.
Yeah, him. He also has a YouTube video. It's about a 3-minute clip where he sits and talks about the article, and he gets like right to the point. If you're not a person that likes to read well, it's not really long, but if you're a person that likes to look at videos or watch someone talk, you'd like his YouTube channel. But it's the same thing, Desiring God. And then just put in the Golden Rule on YouTube and it'll pop up. It's 3 minutes. But it's a great article or whatever. But before we get into this episode, I wanted to ask everybody what you guys are. Okay, so let me explain it for myself. I have found in this week that what is helping me get through is by talking to myself, coaching myself, saying, hey, ma'am, you trying to stray. Can we come back on this road?
What are you referring to?
So, and it could be anything. So, of course, you guys know I love my K-dramas, and I started a new one, and it's my favorite kind. It's the most romantic, not like it's like two people who were in love in high school, and they got broken apart because the parents were like, "No, you must go and be a lawyer and marry this rich person," and the other person was poor. And then after 20 years, they find one another.
Oh God!
You know, oh my gosh, I just love it. But it's so good.
No.
But those kind of dramas or whatever, or just shows or whatever like that, it does make me think like, oh, it could have been. Oh, it would have been. And it's like, girl, no, ma'am. That's not it. And it just it's something that has been helping. I have found it helps me stay focused. Because, it's easy when you're single to slip into that, oh, I wish I could find that one that got away, or the one that I thought was supposed to be the one, and it's been 20 years. And it's like, girl, bye. So I talk to myself, and I'm like, nope, the word says this. Trust God that it's going to happen. Those kind of things. Does that resonate with anybody else?
Well, I mean, I haven't been struggling with that.
Oh, I'm not struggling with it, but it's just,
it's yeah, you heard what I said
this week. But it could be anything. So, like, by doing that, I noticed, like, today it was storming, and I was caught in it. And when I say I could not see, it was white. I was blinded, and I was like, you know how you were like, Lord, please help me get through this storm and stuff like that. But then I felt the anxiety rising. And then it's like, let me talk to myself. Girl, he ain't going to let nothing happen to you. If it's your time, it's your time. But he said to throw all your burdens on him. And this is something that this is anxiety. This is burdening you. Trust him. He got you. He going to guide you through this storm. And he did. I came up, and then it was almost like it was all white, and then all of a sudden I came out and it was blue skies. Like we were under a thunderstorm cloud or whatever, and came out, and I was like, oh, thank you, Lord. And I was telling my son, I was like, see, look at God. Look at how he'll bring us out. He was on his phone. He didn't really care.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who he was trusting in. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the Lord, because he was on video games.
He wasn't afraid.
he wasn't even worried about it. He was like, Mama got it. She all right. But I was the one that was like, coaching myself or whatever. But the thing about this article, why I brought that up, is I find that when you're single, you do have to coach and talk to yourself, because the advice that you get from other people, it could really mess you up. It could confuse you. And it'll leave you like, well, dog, what should I do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know for the past few weeks I was thinking about it. I was like, is it something that I need to be doing? Or am I supposed to just, because people say, wait on God,
Yeah.
or, what am I supposed to be? So I don't know.
My motto has been trust God.
Yeah.
And I have to continue to remind myself that. And then, because I think sometimes it's not just the devil coming in telling me stuff. I think it's me myself, bringing doubt into what I really believe. And it's like, I have to tell my flesh, ma'am, sit down, have several seats in the back, because all we have to do is just trust him and trust what he's going to do. And it's going to happen.
Maybe that's what I need to do. Because I don't know, because like this article or what we're about to be talking about, he was talking about how the advice you get from other people, even Christians.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody, even in my family, oh, you're not seen. Nobody knows you.
Yeah.
You don't go out.
And
blah,
but
blah,
you
blah.
do go out. It's just
Look, I'm getting faces right now.
no, but I agree
do you
with
think
you.
do you think that that's my problem?
That
Do you
will
think
help.
that's why I'm
Oh
single?
no, I wouldn't say it's a problem.
Mhm.
I'm just saying that you can't expect God to
Drop them off
miraculously.
ship a man to your address and knock on the door and say, "Hey, God sent me to be your man." Like
Yeah,
that's not
I
how
know.
it works.
No.
I mean, when you think about it, you were working from home. You stayed at home. You rarely left unless you went to the store or
Look,
to
Rona
church.
is out here running rapid.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about before then.
COVID. Yeah.
When I think about how I was in the past, I met most guys from either work or
Parties.
Were they
No,
husband
no, it
material?
wasn't parties.
Were they husband material?
No.
No, what I'm saying, I got
No.
attention from.
We ain't talking about attention. Okay, because the most attention
It's the wrong attention.
most attention that I got, well, that was from church when we was traveling, but
Yeah.
was maybe like work.
Okay, but
Work.
like
Yeah.
what you just said, so every guy that have ever approached you couldn't have been husband material? Because I know a few guys that were interested in you guys, and they okay,
And they were
husbands.
husband material.
Yeah.
Girl, give me his number so I can call him up.
I'm sorry. I don't
Maybe
recall.
not.
Girl, is he
Maybe
single
not.
now?
Maybe. But see, it maybe it was husband. Like they were good guys. It's not that they were
Were
bad
they, though?
guys.
But
Or are they
were
single now? Can I call them up now?
No.
Oh my goodness.
And if you did, you'd want to put them back.
Like, 'cause
Send them
I'm
right
trying
back
to
on
figure out
over
who
there.
we're gonna have to talk after
I
this
don't, I'm
episode.
sorry, I don't recall anybody.
No, because like
No,
okay,
I
say
think
like
that-
me in the past, there have been some really good guys that have approached me, but that's just I didn't really want them, so they weren't for me.
You know
Not
what?
that they
okay.
are bad
Wait,
men.
so you saying that the guys that approached me were not
well,
for
I don't
me?
know. I'm just saying.
Or
know
the
of
ones that
some
you
guys-
know of.
The
were-
ones that I know
were
of
not for
are
me.
not bad men. They just that wasn't for you, because it happened to me. It
I
was
agree.
plenty-
And I think
Yeah.
that's
I
why.
can go back and name some guys that were interested, and it's like I just weren't interested in
Well,
them.
I think that's why we haven't found anything yet. It's not our time yet. That's how
but
I look at it.
But what I'm
Yeah.
saying, that it's not that they weren't husband material. It's just
Mhm.
they weren't
For
supposed to
you.
be your husband.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I can think of one in particular. I just think he just was not for nothing
Yeah.
was wrong with
Mhm.
him.
Yeah.
Nothing, but I just think that he wasn't for me.
Yeah, me as
Yeah.
well.
So-
You
and,
know
and it's
what?
like
Yeah.
you can kind of see as the years go by, and you think about your past, and you just like that really it's just not for you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, not
Some
me.
things are not for you.
Yeah. yeah.
They were trash.
No, the
All
guys
of them?
that tried to talk to me were not not
Okay.
I'll say from church, because outside of church,
Yeah, you-
there was
they was
only
trash. But
one that I can think of. I could actually say his name because what I call him is not his real
don't
name.
say his name, please,
But
ma'am.
y'all know who I'm talking about. But it's
I
like
do.
there's only one. You don't.
Oh,
Do
it's
you?
not the.
It's not who you think it is. No.
Oh, okay.
Wow, she throwing up signals. He must not be any good. What was that?
Well, I remember you
What
saying
was
that was
what
the
is-
best.
girl? I like.
Like
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
him?
What?
Nothing. nothing.
I don't know
Whatever,
what you're
whatever.
talking about either.
Okay, go ahead. What were you saying?
But there was only one that, okay, so I came to this realization that I used to think, oh, they're just not for me, it was the wrong time. Girl, bye. I made them better. You're welcome for
that's-
whoever you're with now. But it's like
We're
but
talking
there
about
was-
the good men.
Yeah,
Okay.
any good like that
That you
could be
could
husband
see,
material.
right.
there were several husband material type guys.
Oh, okay.
But okay, in my opinion, when I met them, they had potential.
mm-hmm.
And after I poured into them what you should do, how you should do, they
Mhm.
went on off into the world and made great humans for other people.
Oh, wow.
You're welcome.
Mm.
But as for me, I had to deal with the mistakes, the trips, and they were
You didn't
trash.
have to. You didn't have to.
No, I didn't have to. And these relationships did not last long. Some of them were not real relationships.
Mhm.
We were just kind of like together, but not really together because there
Mhm.
were no titles. But you know what I mean? It's like, but I don't agree with like
In your
and for
opinion.
me,
Yeah.
there was only one that was really, really good, and it wasn't the right time. He was dealing with a lot of mourning, like a lot of death had happened,
wow.
and even though
Is he single now? Girl, you better go check up on him.
Really?
no, thank you,
I would. No, for real, I would do that.
no, thank you.
If he was like awesome and it didn't happen, girl, I'd be like,
I mean,
social media?
he was the case of he was like, or this is what he was like trying to tell me, but I didn't want to hear that, and I was like, break up, you crazy, you silly. But it was like he was not in that place at the time, and when I look back at it, I mean, he was mourning like hard, and it was like he had no family. Like he have no
I think you should call him. What do you guys think?
girl.
No.
shut
Oh, not
that
call.
down.
I'm sorry, not call him. That's not what I meant to say. I meant to say you should go on his social media and check him out.
So be
Well,
a stalker.
I'm not.
that
going
is not.
to-
Wait, you think that's stalking? Well, I'm
To
a
go
stalker
and
then.
look up somebody.
Yeah, and see
and
what
do
they doing.
what?
No, you just see if they single
No.
and you know
And
what they
then
doing.
what?
Why are you looking
Then,
them up?
I don't know. You
For what?
You know what? Do you
Why
remember?
would you not?
Do you
Y'all
remember?
don't.
Do you
okay,
remember the
sorry.
headache that you said before we started that was splitting?
that
I
I
think-
still have?
Yeah, I think that's causing you to make bad.
Wait,
you know.
So wait, y'all think that that's stupid? Like I'm confused.
Okay, I would.
How is that stupid?
Okay, I would not, because when it ended,
What's
it
how's
ended.
it gonna hurt? Oh, okay. Well,
Like
it's not gonna hurt to see what he is doing. I know married people that do that.
I wish him the best. I pray that the Lord has blessed him in wherever he is,
Mhm.
in whatever place. I hope that the Lord has healed his heart and he
Mhm.
is a whole being for someone else. But that ain't me.
Oh, you just. Oh, okay.
Like when I'm done, like I'm done. Like I don't backtrack. We ain't revisiting the past. No. When I'm done, I'm done. So it's like, but he was a really, really good guy. He would have made a really great husband. Like he was
Oh.
really, really sweet. He was a really great guy, but it was just
Mhm.
like not the time. Like
Yeah, just because somebody is in the past and you didn't end up with them, don't mean that they weren't husband material. It's
Yeah.
I
just-
didn't say that.
You know.
Yeah, right. I didn't say that.
I just, but
That
unless
sounds
they were
like
actually-
it wasn't for her. It wasn't meant to
it
be.
wasn't.
Like
It wasn't.
as
And
they
Well, I mean,
say.
I
And
wouldn't
really,
say that.
like I think if it happened now, I think because I'm such a different person than I was now, we would not be compatible anymore. Because I'm in a different place, a different headspace. Like
Uh-huh.
my thoughts on
You don't have the
all
same
of
interests and all that.
Well,
you
it's-
wouldn't have it.
He was not my type when I met him.
Why are we talking about him then?
But no, like when I met him, like he wasn't my type. But when I met him, it wasn't about that. We just so happened to like literally bump into each other. And then because we were in the same space, like every time we would pass each other, we would make little comments. And then we're like, wait, what's your name? Because we keep talking to each other. What's your name?
So you were attracted to each other, but
No,
y'all just
he was attracted to me. I wasn't attracted to him until after we like got to know each other. Like we became friends, and then it was like, oh, he is a great guy. But after that,
Mhm.
we started. But then death happened. My situation wasn't in the best place. It was
Yeah.
stuff
Your
was
paths
bad.
might meet up one day.
It won't.
Girl, this ain't no movie. You're bad.
Movie that has what are y'all?
I
You
get
in a
what
bad mood. You're
I'm
in a-
really not.
No, I get what you're saying, but
Great.
that wasn't
That
for
has
me.
happened to people.
Anyways,
Yeah.
we are talking about this great article, but on this episode, we want to discuss the pinpoints that he put. So he put several things that he has heard from Christian and other friends in his life, or anybody who's single. The things that you hear.
Mhm.
The first thing on there is date for at least a year. And then
No.
it says don't date for any more than a year. Listen, when
Mhm.
I saw this,
There shouldn't be a stipulate. Why are we worried about time frame? It's
I
what
think
happens
people
during
feels
that
like
time.
that's a good time frame, so you
Mhm.
should at least
Mhm.
date
So
that
you can
person
know.
for a year.
Well, in my opinion, when you look at these two statements, which one do you think came from a Christian?
to me, I would think don't date for
any more than a year
Exactly.
because you're trying to keep yourself
Right.
Yeah.
and a whole year y'all gonna
It's
be the
hard.
messed up.
So that's what I think. Okay, he listed these 2,
Mhm.
but it depends on the life you're living.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If
Oh, I
you
agree.
if
Good
you
point.
are a person who does not want to abstain from sex before
Mhm.
you're married,
Mhm.
if you're the type who want to see how you live together or whatever,
Right.
of course it's wrong, but that's the advice that I think the world would give. Date
Mhm.
for at least a year.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But the Christian looks at life different, and
They
they
do.
would say don't date any more than a year.
Mhm.
I mean, I think personally you shouldn't put time on it, but I
Yeah.
think they say that because if you keep
around
dating,
this
the longer
person.
you go, you might
you're not
fall
there.
into sin.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And for me, because I am so much older, I'm pretty sure when I start dating, it won't be for a very long time. Because in my age range, the types of people that I would probably end up dating seriously are marriage driven. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
okay,
That's
I've
all
done
our age group.
Mhm.
well, but like I'm talking about especially mine, because my
Mhm.
age range is anywhere between mid 30s to early 40s. These are people who have lived their lives, they have their
Mhm.
careers. Like they are, if they're not married, they are ready to settle down for
Mhm.
real. Cause it's like, okay, I'm too old for this whole game with juggling women and doing they're done with that. So I'm pretty sure that anybody that I would end up with, we probably be dating for less than a year because it's like when you know what you want at our age, you're ready.
I feel like it's gonna depend on. Well, I don't know, but I don't think I would be dating somebody for a whole year because of the way that I am. There is
Yeah.
no way because he ain't gonna be getting nothing.
Yeah.
So
Well, but he would be a Christian, so he knows
Right.
he's
Well,
not
you
doing.
never know the circumstance. What if
That's
he's
true.
like in the middle? He like wants to get established a house and all of that. You know.
Oh, baby, you
never
ain't
know.
ready.
He gon-
Oh, I'm sorry. That I'm still stuck in that.
Well,
you never
you
know.
know, mine.
you
I-
have
you
to
never
think
know.
about it too. A year is not that
That's
long.
not long at all.
It's not, but when you are dating,
Yeah,
and
that's a long
You
time.
know.
What are you talking like a month, 3 months? Like
No.
Oh wait, we didn't say the you barely
No.
know his name.
No.
What I'm saying is a whole entire.
ain't no man finna wait no whole year.
Thank you.
Plenty of people do it. What are you talking about?
They
Oh,
do.
name them right now, hun.
I don't know, but I'm sure there's
Exactly.
people out
Did
there.
you hear what she said?
Well, I think the time frame differs from each person.
It
because,
does.
It does.
It
You
does.
know, it depends if you haven't spent enough time with this person
Right.
and it's been 3
Yeah.
months. I mean, you don't
3
know.
months.
You won't know.
That's not long at all,
It is.
actually.
And
Well, but think about
a
it.
year ain't long either.
Where is your engagement time and all planning for wedding and stuff? I mean,
who said planning, baby? Listen, I done told.
Oh,
y'all.
you don't want a wedding. Oh, she
I
just trying to run and get. Okay, I
Look,
see.
I done told y'all.
well, that's
I do
fine,
not
but
want
everybody
this
ain't like
big-
that.
You don't have to have a
Whole-
big wedding.
You
Can
know-
we just say I do and start life?
To be honest, now that I think, you can't put no time frame. You just
Exactly.
can't. Like, I don't know.
But I
don't
would
know.
still say that as far as the advice part,
Mhm.
I do think that neither one should have said, "Oh, you need to do it for at least a year," or "Don't wait a year." It
Yeah.
should have been, there is no time limit, but you do need to put enough time to where you're sure, and
Yeah.
not just I'm
Yeah,
in love, sure,
yeah,
but you are
yeah.
sure for life.
Yeah.
You know?
You
Yeah.
can't jump into something just because, like, because that's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you have to really get to know the person at least.
Yeah.
Now,
Like-
I will always say, listen, if this one don't work, best believe I'm gonna try again.
Of course.
But but I would hope that this is my first and my only. No one
Mhm.
wants to have to keep doing this, because I know a lot of people, and that it's like, dog, you on your third, fourth, fifth marriage? Like, what is going
I
on?
ain't got time for that.
Why you
Mm-mm.
can't stay married?
Mm-mm.
You know, I don't want that to be my story.
Yeah.
You know. But okay, let's go to the next one. So it says, date exclusively in groups, and then make sure you get plenty of time, plenty of
Time,
one-on-one
one-on-one.
time.
Mhm.
Which one is Christian advice?
I would think date exclusively in groups.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they would say. But I'm sorry, I disagree with that.
I do too.
How in the world
For
can-
our age group.
How in the world can I get to know this guy if there is always somebody else with us?
Exactly.
No, that's not gonna
Well,
work.
I
don't
think it
think-
depends because, of course, when you're in your 30s or whatever, you don't
Mhm.
want
Yeah.
all these people in your business.
In
or
your
Yeah.
20s,
You
girl,
can't-
stop.
Well, I know, say like the Duggars or whatever,
Or the
for
Bates.
instance, their kids were so young.
they weren't.
kinda-
They were still teenagers. Some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And actually, the Bates, the girl that got married 1st, I
Mhm.
think she was 17, 18. She was young.
okay,
Like, she
but
had
we
just
grown. We in our
graduated.
20s
Well,
and
I'm
30s.
just saying for like, say my kids when they get
Mhm.
older, I would not want them to go by themselves.
Yeah.
What age can they start dating?
Okay. I'm a little different because right now I could care less if they have a little
They
girl
do.
or
No,
boy,
I mean, but that's like
which
a
they
school.
do. But it's
Yeah.
like they can't go anywhere. They
Yeah.
just see them at school, and I
It's
even let them
innocent.
talk on the phone. It's
Mhm.
like I'm not gonna stop them and tell them, no, you don't look at no boy. No, don't look
Yeah.
at no girl.
No,
Like, I'm
you-
not like
Go
that.
ahead and look, baby.
Yeah, please do.
Don't look. Now, don't
But-
lust, but you can look.
I think when you graduate high school,
Mm-hmm.
and you have that freedom,
Mhm.
it's like I think,
That's when they don't have to be on a chaperone date. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, I would say that
Mhm.
for my kids. 'Cause,
Wait.
like if they're even 11th, 12th grade, I would not want them to go on a date alone.
Okay, and I will say this: when I was in high school, we should have been on group dates. I mean, even though we
Y'all
were,
got to date in oh
No, I did
you
not.
did.
I
She
did.
did. I
but it was
didn't.
only because
was
of
about
the
to
type
say.
of person it was.
Let
Like,
us say
he
anything
was-
about a boy.
He was
Girl.
church driven. He came to our church. He played instruments at
Yeah.
our. You know what I'm saying? He was extremely extreme. It was the type of person, and then the way he looked. Like my parents was like, "Oh yeah, like I ain't even worried." You know, he wasn't like the captain of the
I
football
think they
team where
trusted
he's.
him a little more
They
because
did.
of church. I
Because
think
Yeah,
of
that's
and
what it
not
was.
only that, he was respectable.
He
He,
really
wasn't a
was.
thug, you
Yeah.
know, and they
Which
felt
is
more
what when I'm
comfortable.
talking about how he looked. Like he didn't look like, you know how the stereotype type of the captain of the football team, where he's very popular and he's invited everywhere. Everybody wants to be around him. That wasn't him. It wasn't that type of scene. He didn't draw those type of people.
Yeah.
So my parents were like cool with it. But now we did go on some dates with his mom. Like I guess they had family time, and he was like, "I want to
And
bring her."
you
got
were
to do a
young.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do a lot because you're the oldest daughter. I
Yeah.
think that's what it
But
was.
Now, when
Baby,
you
when-
think of
But y'all
grown
should have had
people-
chaperones. That's what
I
she
will
just
say
said.
we should have had chaperones, because even though we did not go far, as in like what was happening, we didn't go at that far because I was still a virgin. I was still a virgin. So I think
That's
my birthday,
funny.
like,
Okay.
so you know, it was like as far as that part, but we should have had chaperone dates because it was like the decision making. Should we? Like we would entertain the thought of, can we get away with this or should we? Because, hormones and things, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you just love each other so much. And it's like you start to bargain with yourself, like, it's okay because we love each other. If we were in a group setting, those things wouldn't have even been an issue. Like, ever.
Yeah. But as far as grown people,
No, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
we're talking about 21
yeah,
and
this is when self-control comes into play.
Yes.
Like,
I was
yes.
just
you need
about
to have
say
this
that.
stuff together, hun.
Yes.
Like, why are you?
And anyway, if you feel
Groups?
like you're starting to get a little weak where you think you might do
Put
something,
some distance.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say like, don't go to the woman's house
Yeah.
alone.
Well,
or
no,
don't-
that's something that should already be discussed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
If you're
that
dating another Christian.
right?
Yeah.
That person
yeah,
will
but
know.
I don't
you
care
said-
how much of a Christian people you could get
Yeah.
weak and you
Oh,
could
yeah.
mess up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's like you need to,
Which is
make
why you
sure
set
you're
your
not
own
anywhere where you
boundaries.
it could happen.
I think
You need to be smart.
I
with
agree.
it.
You need to be in a public place.
You
Yeah.
do. I was listening to, I can't remember who it was. I wish I could, because you guys could go and watch this YouTube video. But I was listening to this video, and the girl was saying that when she started to date, she was older. She was like almost 30, something like that. But she said when she first started, like after, she said she had committed her life back to God and she took time off. By the time she was like 25, she was like, I'm ready for a marriage. And she said that these were her rules when she started. She was like, we will have day dates only. She was like, because before,
I've heard
she
that
was
before.
like, at nighttime, it just the later it gets, your mind ain't right. You need to go home and go to bed. And so she said she had day dates only. And then she said when they would go to each other's house, she was like,
no.
she said it would only be in the daytime. And she was like, we treated it like
Daytime ain't got nothing to do
No,
with it.
no.
Can I finish?
Oh, it's daytime. I know we ain't gonna do that.
Like, okay.
No.
Can I finish?
Go ahead. I'm
Lord,
sorry.
these were her
I
rules,
just
not
couldn't.
mine.
Okay.
She said when they would go to each other's house, first of all, they had a Bible group or like I can't remember the words that she had, but it was a group of people, and they would have it at each other's house.
Mm-hmm.
And they would, have these people and they would pray. And then also they had mentors that would come to each other's
Okay.
house or whatever like that. But they were like, in the event that, like, let's just say no one was there yet and they were alone. She was like, they're not snuggled up on the couch. If they can, she's on one couch, he on the other. If they are on the same couch, he on one end, she on the other. She was like, stuff on TV, we're not watching love stuff. You want to watch some love? Let's watch The Passion of Christ. She was like,
Yeah, that's a
the
mood
mu-
changer right there.
she was like, the music that they listen to, let's worship God together, And she was like, in the event that it got late, she was like, let's just say like the groups had gone home and I stay and I'm helping them clean up and it's nighttime. She was like, listen, I would always keep a friend out in the car. She was like, just hold on, I'm gonna help him clean up, and then if I don't come out 15 minutes, you come and get me. And she said that really, she was like, I have to be accountable
Yeah.
at all times.
Yeah.
She covered herself with her friends and her mentors. They were married, but of course, those
That's a
two
good
weren't.
idea.
But I was like, you know what? Day dates are not bad. And
No.
she was like, for her, nighttime, it brought back memories of who she used to be, of what she used to do, and like the things that can come out at night. And she was like, we're not even going down that road, even though
Yeah.
he didn't have that issue. And then like she was like, with kissing, she was like, we kissed. We weren't gonna withhold kissing, but she was like, we didn't do that. She was like, if we're just sitting there kissing, and she was like, oh, okay, somebody got to get up and go home,
And that's the next point.
I was
The
just
next,
about to say.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one is don't kiss before you're married. And how can you know you have chemistry without kissing? Oh, I see the world. I see it. It's clear. How you gonna know? You got that test drive it.
Well, to be honest, I don't know of any scriptures about that.
I don't either.
I remember I asked my daddy this.
Now you know what you're gonna say.
No, you would be surprised. This was, let me see. I don't know. I was
You a
out of, it was
teen?
after, no, I was, this was after, I was maybe, we'll go with 20.
Okay.
And I was like, I just wanted to know what was
His
right.
standpoint.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wanted to know what was right. I was like, I've never read it about, and I want to do what's right.
Yeah.
And I was like, is it wrong to kiss before you're married? And it was funny. He was shocked that I ate. He was all probably like, oh Lord. But he was like, he just said, yeah,
Thank you for tuning into another episode of We Seek First podcast. You can find us on our blog at www.weseekfirst.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest at We Seek First. Again, thank you for your support and join us next time for a bit of encouragement as Christ encourages us.